is locked. Rotate device back. I don't want to rotate the device back. Alright, man. Come on now. Somebody help me out. Am I vertical or horizontal here? Am I vertical or horizontal? Rotate the device. I don't want to rotate the device. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Blah, blah, blah. What's up, brother? Hey, man, am I vertical or am I horizontal? I thought I set it to be horizontal. Mexicali brother, how you seeing me? Are you seeing me? I'm trying to go landscape here, bro. But I've got a message on my screen. Rotate the phone. If I rotate the phone, I'm going to be vertical. I want to be landscape. Do I have that option? I can rotate it, but will you see me in landscape form? Let's see here. Bear with me, bear with me. All right. Now I'm vertical, right? How's my sound? How's my audio? Okay, I'm good audio, but are you seeing me landscape or are you seeing me horizontal? I want to do landscape. I want to get as much picture as I can for you. Otherwise, I'm going to have to be rotating this thing. All right. I'm going to wait for some more people to come on in. What's going on there, Pepsi man? Making me thirsty. Making me thirsty for some Pepsi. My mouth says gimme, but the diabetes says no dice. You cannot have it. Take my hat off. Well, I was trying to hide all this. Take my hat off. Okay. Take my hat off. What's the deal with the hat? You don't like the Cowboys? Shall I go get a New York Jets cap? I can't do aspartame. It fucks with my heart. My heart will be jumping. It's kind of crazy. I can do sucralose, and I try to stick with stevia. Put it back on you. I'm going to put it back on you. It's a good idea. Yeah, I was trying to hide it, man. Let me take these glasses. Well, I need these to read. Yeah, man, Breece Hall. I almost won the fantasy league last season with Breece Hall. And I would have won if I didn't leave him on my bench. I would have won $1,000. Thompson, Namali, English or Spanish? Hablo poquito español, pero necesito practicar más. I'm not as good as Mexicali, man. I can't do that. I can't translate everything I'm saying in English. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Good luck in your life too, my friend. Many blessings to you. Do not reply to Thomas. Oh my goodness. Gloria Bailey, welcome. Trying to see if I can get some people in here, not just some bots, you know. I did a video, just so you know, I put out a couple of videos just, well, today. And those videos, I'm calling them 210 check-ins. So one's going to be kind of a short preview version, and the second one is like the full-length video. It's going to be glossy, it's going to be edited. I'm going to throw a little music in there. Just trying to sauce up my channel a little bit and to give people different ways to absorb the content that I'm trying to put out. If you're anything like me, then you probably like to take in content different ways, or you like to put out content different ways. And that's kind of my thing. I want to see the fish. You want to see the fish? All right, yeah, enough of my freaking mug, right? Tell you what, I got everything set up on a tripod. Let me move the tripod very carefully. Very carefully. Let me flip the camera too while we're at it. See if that works. Can I do that on a live stream? Can I flip it? There we go. Thank you. That's a tiger. I wonder if I can zoom in. Yeah, I can zoom in a little bit. These are some paired up. That's a zebra-laced angel female with a male tiger angel. Rotating over here to the left, I got another. These are all 20 high tanks, by the way. Philippine blues. You can see that blue shimmering. I purchased these guys probably, man, going on 2 years ago now as fry. I'm trying to look for the female. She's hiding. Oh, she's behind the sponge. She's right back over here. Hiding behind the sponge and the algae. But I picked them up off of Aquabid. I got like a deal for those fish. It was like 6 unsexed fry for 20 bucks or something, and plus shipping. And so this is out of the 6, I ended up getting 2 males and 4 females. And that was pretty evident once the 2 males started fighting. Had to separate them. And then one of them, one pair, this male here paired off with another female. And if you look at my videos, you'll see the other male. He's in a solo tank. Well, actually, he's in a community tank right now. I call him Axel, because he's murdered the other females. And so Axel after Guns N' Roses in that song, I used to love her, but I had to kill her. He's just an asshole fish, man. I don't know what to do with him. Panning over to the next 20 high, another pair of breeding angels. These are black angels for the most part. Sorry, you're probably not going to get a really good look at them. There's one behind the sponge there. And one right here in the other corner behind the Anubias. And then I've got the marble veils right behind that Zis breeder. Let me move that out of the way. See if you can see. There you go. That's a beautiful marble veil male with the female up on top there. Sorry, my picture's kind of goofy. There you go. Back out there a bit. There we go. That's a better shot. It's a little steamy in the garage. It is. It's not too hot of a day today, though. And of course, we're used to it down here. I know you know what that's like, because I know you were down here in Cali. So I hope your trip went well, man. I think you might still be on the road or not. I'm not sure. Joe Shabadoo. Nice. Thank you, sir. Welcome. I don't have any lights over here. I don't have any lights over here other than the sunlight coming through on my garage. These are all 20 longs. I've been saying that on my last few of my videos. I got this stand from a friend who just bailed out of the hobby due to some medical issues. She couldn't keep up with all the work that's involved, and I was blessed enough that she was kind enough to say, "Come grab whatever you want." So I took this custom-made stand. First week of August. Okay, cool, man. Yeah, let me know when we get closer to that. That would be cool, man. That would be cool to run into you down here. So it's a custom welded stand for 20 longs, and it's heavy, man. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, dude, for sure. And my friend also let me have the 60-gallon rimless cube, which I just, I don't know what I want to do with it yet. But I'm probably going to need it if I go where I think I'm going. So I'm going to do some water changes. I guess I'm going to back this out because I want to give everybody the full view. Like I said, I put out a couple of videos and kind of half-ass explained my little system here, and I thought I would share it. I guess I'll start with that one there. So I'm using a, sorry if I'm yelling, and hopefully you guys can hear me still. I'm using a little electrical motorized pump. I have the hose going out to the street. I try to recycle water, but I don't actually need to today. My plants are watered already. I just stick this thing right in here. And I'll close the lid to help myself out a bit. I don't know if that'll help out or not, actually. It's a little tricky sometimes. Like I said, it's a little tricky. Good enough. And I'll do about a 20%, and all this, I got this electrical cord, power cord all ready to go here. Pardon the noise. We'll let that go for a minute. And you'll see the, how does it sound? Can you guys still hear me with the pump going? I got a mic on me. I put it on to hopefully help out with that, because I was anticipating. So what I'll end up doing is I'll take, like I said, 20% out, and I'll pull, instead of unplugging the pump and then plugging it and move, I'll just pull the, I'll pull the intake out and I'll put it right into this one next. And I'll just match up the water lines. That makes things a lot easier. So we're getting close to where I want to be. Let me pull this out. And I like doing these changes, man, because I have it set up really easy. I know. It's a hell of a live stream. You have to endure the sounds of a water changing pump. But I wanted to demonstrate how fast and easy it is. I know a lot of people can be watching, a lot of beginners is just good. One tank is good enough, and you know what? One tank is great enough. You don't need to do all this if you just like to have one aquarium. But I thought it would be neat to show people where you can take this. If you've got the time or the will and the love for it. Pan over there real quick. So you can see I just matched up the water lines. That's probably close to 20%. 15-20% removal. I do this once a week. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. Mexicali, can you still hear me, buddy? I appreciate you being here, man. It's going to be on YouTube forever anyway, so I realize people will watch it at some point. But I'm hoping you can still hear me on this mic. All right, let me get ready for the next one. All right, 16 minutes in, man. Okay. Yeah, you can hear me loud and clear? Awesome. That's good to know. I was hoping that I wouldn't be overpowered by the water pump. So just like that, I'm doing close to a 20% water change on all 420 highs for these angelfish. I got them all set up with a slate and a little bit of a Nubius. Give them the option if they want to put eggs on a leaf. I can take the leaf and take it out, not a problem. I'm hoping they go with a slate. It's kind of more my method, but the friend who hooked me up with that rimless tank there in this custom stand just let me know that that's how she did it. So I went ahead and incorporated that move. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. All right, the light's back on. Take that out. Get this out of the way. And then I'll just flip it real quick here. And flip it real quick, bring it around. So that's how I remove the water. And then my system, because I've got some RO, I got an RO system going. So what I do is I come around back here like I showed in the video I just put out. Sorry, I got an external battery hooked up to my phone. I'm not trying to have it drop and unhook. So I guess what I want to try to do is catch. Let's see if I can catch myself here. There's the door, there we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around here. I have this brute bucket back here. I wish I could show it to you. I probably could just get the camera and show it to you, but there's a brute bucket back here. And it's filled with water. And I have a plug back here and I have a pump in the bucket, okay? And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug the pump in so the pump has power. Now that thing's going, and what it's doing is it's pumping water out of the bucket and into this hose. And of course I have the nozzle shut off right now, so what I'll end up doing is I'm gonna go to this first one right here. Bring that lid up for a minute. And this way I can kind of control the flow with the nozzle. And what I wish I could do is zoom in for you real quick, which I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try my darndest without having anything come undone for me. Let's do that. Let's bring this over a little bit so you guys can see. It's all about the aquatic visual scenes, right? I'm gonna do it this way now. I'm gonna flip it. No, flip it again. There we go. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll just hold this here for a bit and fill it up. And Go on to the next one. I should have enough with 40 gallons, 20% of each tank at 20 highs. That's less than 40 gallons. I had a little bit less than 40 gallons in there, but I think I've got enough to top off each tank. If not, it'll be obvious with the sound in the bucket with the pump going. I can hear when the bucket is becoming empty, because I can hear the pump. It echoes in the bucket, and it sounds like an aircraft is flying over the house. So hopefully we won't run into that sound. And as everybody knows, or if you don't know, these fish love their water changes. This water coming out of this bucket is probably like 6.8, maybe even a little lower. I do have the RO system, and I've got 3 sensors, like a little tachometer that gives me the readings, which came with 3 sensors. So you can put the 3 sensors at different stages of the filtration. I obviously have one at the very end, so I can know what I'm coming at or what I'm yielding. It's usually single digits, 3, 2, 1, or 0 TDSs. And I got one. I don't have one coming in to measure right from what I'm getting before it even starts, because I've got a Kinetico water system also, and so I know that drops my TDSs down into the like 700 or 800s. So I have it coming after the first two stages. I got the first reading after the first 2 stages of filtration, which is like the filter floss and the carbon. And I get the first reading there, and that usually puts me in the like 280 total dissolved solids. And then the next sensor is after the DI media. And that drops me down to, well, I can't see because I'm not making any RO right now, but that drops me down to like single digits, 10, 9, 8, 7. And then I've got the last reading coming out after the membrane stage, which is what's feeding the bucket, which is the final result. And like I said, I usually get 0, 1, or 2 TDSs there, which is more than enough, more than adequate to provide a good breeding system for angelfish. My city water is 8.5, maybe a little higher, 8.7. I do eventually step up when I'm doing water changes as I'm bringing up fry, angelfish in particular, as they're growing out into the stages, as they get a little bigger. Maybe dime, for sure nickel size. Whenever they're in that particular tank and they're nickel size and I start doing water changes on them, I'll start mixing in a little bit of city water and slowly have them acclimate to higher pH. Because if you're going to move fish in San Antonio, you definitely don't want to have anybody taking any fish off of you and, you know, potentially just drop acclimating them. These fish will go belly up pretty quick from this kind of RO water to city water. So as you can see, I'm about to be topped off here. And the reason you could actually breed angelfish in the city water, it's a little harder. Let me pan over here because I'm about to go to the next one. It's a little harder to breed them, but I find that when you use RO water, you yield a lot more. You yield a lot more eggs, you yield a lot more fry. Let's see what the picture looks like here. How we doing here? Let me get back here and read. See what's going on here. I already lost my glasses. Hello everybody. Hello Empire, nice to see you. Jerry, I see you, man. Oh yeah, that's you responding to me loud and clear. This is just me doing some water changes on these tanks real quick. Thought my friend Roz was going to be on here. Tried to give her a call there and I was going to go live. No answer. My friend Roz out in Houston. Maybe she'll pop in. She's a big consumer, or rather she consumes much YouTube. And I'm fortunate to be a person that she has extended her friendship to me. Prior, it's beyond YouTube. We were friends before all this, but yeah, she's a flight attendant. I used to be a flight attendant, for those of you wondering. How you doing, aquariums, animals, and me? Thank you for tuning in. Just doing some water changes here on my setup for angels. My little breeding setup for breeding angels. Anyway, my friend, I'm waiting for her to come in. I don't know if she's going to come in or not. But yeah, I used to be a flight attendant 20 plus years, and I retired, and then I got into fish. I was into fish before too, but it couldn't last very long once I started flying around. So I am employed at another company now. And I'm trying to, I had a fish room. For those of you who don't know, I did have a fish room. I had about 20 tanks in the room. I got into breeding fish. I just got sucked in, like many of us do. Started out with buying a beta for my son, and that was just an excuse to scratch the itch for me. And my son's not into fish. My wife thinks I'm crazy. So I guess I get the garage all to myself. So again, I'm refilling the tanks from a 40-gallon brute bucket with a pump, which is pumping it out through this hose and out of the nozzle. And the 40 gallons that were in the brute bucket are water that I made through an RO system, which I have set up right here, right there. And I love it. I love what I'm seeing right here. That water change has already got them cleaning up that slate and getting ready. It's nothing like a good fresh water change to induce some spawning. I'm getting close to the end here, so I'm going to come right through here real quick and get you ready for the next one here. I don't want to overflow. All right, I'm on a chair, in case anybody's wondering if I got taller all of a sudden. All right, we're live here, and I'm not trying to have a live spillage. Working around on the camera here. Perfect. Now I feel like I'm getting low on water. I got to be honest with you. I'm going to check this 40-gallon drum, see where I'm at. Yeah, getting pretty low. I may not make it. I may not make it. So what I'll start doing is I'm going to go ahead and start making RO while I'm filling that. Now, if I don't make it, I'm not going to make enough RO right now to solve the issue I may run into. So what I'm going to do is I'm setting this up to run it for about 30 seconds. And that's just a way to preserve the membrane a little bit before you start making RO. I'm outside the garage right now underneath the door. Turning the water on because the RO system is powered. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I have the RO feeding in from a spigot off the corner of my outside house here in the front. So I'm going to let that go for a few seconds. And then what I'll do is, since the water's running, and I'm just kind of flushing through any water that was just kind of trapped in the last process of making RO, and it's been sitting stagnant. It flushes that out, and it goes out the red line. And I have a little outlet at the bottom pan, the drain pan there for the water heater. There's an outlet that goes to the side of the house, and I've got that red line feeding into that so that water goes out. So it's been about 30 seconds. So what I'll do now is I'll start making RO, and I'll now take the incoming water that I have coming in, and now we're feeding it through the filtration system here. And so now I'm making a little bit of RO, so hopefully that'll help me get to the top. I don't think it's going to be enough, but we'll see. We'll see. That bucket's deceiving. It holds a lot of water. So what else is going on, man? Everybody enjoying their Sunday? They're loving that water, man. They're loving it. Yeah, get some of that. Get some of that clean water. It's been a minute. I decided to put these tanks in the garage. I don't have to worry about heating anything in the winter this way. I could just heat the whole garage up with a space heater if I actually needed to. I don't have to worry about bringing them in for the winter. I can just keep them here all year round out here in San Antonio, Texas. And just keep the hobby going, keep my little hobby action going. I think one of the keys to being in this hobby is whatever it is that's your niche, whatever it is you enjoy getting out of this hobby, you have to find a way to make it as easy as possible for you and for everybody who lives with you. So in my case, I needed to go to the garage, but I also needed to do it in such a way that my wife could put her car in still. And that's a fair request, a fair expectation from wife to husband. She'd not be too happy if we had a rainstorm that hailed and her car was damaged because she couldn't put it into the garage because of the fish. You gotta choose your battles, man. All right, sorry about that. There we go. I just moved it in here. Let's move this. Let's move the whole view over a bit. Sorry about that, guys. Thanks for putting up with my second live stream ever. Who's still in here? Is it Mexicali? You still in here, brother? Who's still in here with me? Who's going to live forever on this YouTube channel, on this episode of a live stream that's never going to come off of YouTube? Who is this person? If I ever blow up, this person will have some serious street credit on my channel. I know that. For anybody wondering, it's I have a tripping hazard here down here. I got this big old bag right here, just sitting here in the middle of the garage. I didn't kill anybody, although you could put a body in there. It's got my Christmas tree in there. I still have to figure out where I want to go with that. I need a storage. I need a shed unit in my backyard, and I don't have it yet. All right, I'm gonna turn my hat backwards so nobody hates on the Cowboys. Let me get this bag out of the way. Whoa. Gotta watch it. This lid broke. My son stepped on it because I didn't have it put away. So I've got it taped together because I really don't want to go out and spend $25, $30 for a lid. It's ridiculous. You can make cheap lids. You could go to Lowe's and measure out your width and your length. And go to Lowe's and pick out some cheap glass and have them cut it. Have them cut some glass for you, and you just set the glass on top. And what you do is you leave yourself, I don't know, 3 to 5 inches. What you're going to do is you're going to make 2 pieces that cover the majority of the room you have on top, leaving you that space. Yeah, I guess I should do a video on that. It's kind of hard to explain. The only problem with that is you have to be very careful because they're cheap pieces of glass. They're not as thick as the lids here that you can buy for aquariums. They're kind of flimsy. They look cool though, when but it's hard when they get dirty. You got to clean them. You got to be careful because you can cut yourself. I actually did cut myself, and I had to have surgery. I got a piece of glass stuck in my finger, and it would not come out, man. I had to go have a doctor cut my finger open to remove this piece of glass. It's ridiculous. But it can happen. And that actually happened because the glass broke. And I may have still been using most of it. It was just like a little shard came off of it or something. And I normally sweep when I break glass, but this one shard, I didn't see it. And I went to grab something off the floor that fell, and my hand just glided on the concrete floor of the fish room at the time, and this thing just dove right into my finger. It was crazy. So it looks like I am going to have enough water on the water change, which is good, and it's good that I'm making RO so I can replenish my 40 gallons. So very happy about that. I think I'm going to take the camera off the tripod and give you a better look. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to get ready to do this. I want to be careful with this lid though, because like I said, it is kind of broken. And you know I'm going to fill it to the top. You know I'm going to erase that water line. That's what we do. All right. So I'll just stop that. I'll just leave that right here for now. I'm probably putting a little bit of pressure on that pump. Man, it's going to be hard to move because I'm kind of mic'd up. I got peripherals on the phone. Deal with me, guys. Yeah, this is not going to work. Let me just do this. Let's just do this. Let's just move the tripod over. It'll be easier. All right, so let's come around here and I'll show you because I got to get over here and unplug that pump. That pump is still pumping, and that nozzle is holding the water into that hose. So we're back here behind this custom rack that I've got for the 20 longs. We're back here now. And let's see if I can't lower this. There's that 40 gallon right there. So what I do is I come right back here and I unplug this pump. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I am making RO. I'll turn the light on and I'll see how much I got in there. But this is the line that feeds the 40 gallon bucket. You can hear it dripping. So I just leave it in there and let that go for a while. About 3 or 4 hours, I'll have 40 gallons of water, pure RO water. And then what I do is I have an air stone going in there as well. So when I don't have the pump plugged in, I have an air stone plugged in. I have a bubbler going on right there. You can see it right there on the lid. Those bubblers are like somewhere between 14 and 18 bucks at Walmart. You get 2 outlets on them and they last a long time. They're pretty hardy. I've always found, I feel like I'm getting my money's worth there than overpaying for a top fin bubbler at PetSmart or something like that. But anyways, I plug in the bubbler and have some airstone, have some bubbles going into the 40-gallon bucket of water there, just to keep any mosquitoes at bay trying to sneak in there. So 40 minutes, I'm buffering. Okay, damn it. Thank you, Mr. Turner. I appreciate it. I see you left already, and I know why now. So there's my live stream, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate the few that joined me. I'm going to sign off. Now, let me sign off correctly. All right. I don't know what happened there, but I know something happened. Let me take this phone off the tripod real quick. Hey, you guys be good, man. Thanks for joining me. 210 Aquatics. This was just a quick water change. It doesn't really take 40 minutes, but it does when you're trying to throw a live stream in there. You guys take care. Like and subscribe. And sorry I missed all of you that are going to see it later, that didn't get to see it live. Roz. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.